Davids, this is all your fault. Because this is a tiny channel, but when people actually left helpful comments on my first video, it really meant a lot. One comment in particular sent me down a rabbit hole and came from David Davids 2884, or Dave Squared, as I now call him. He asked if I'd ever thought about making paper planes. They can teach you about trimming the flight surfaces for better flight paths and glide slopes, which is stuff I need to know about to get my ass up into the air. And I gotta admit, it hadn't crossed my mind at all. Until now. So Dave Squared, that's not a bad idea. Experiment 4. Can paper planes teach aerodynamics? The plan is simple. I'm going to make 3 different paper planes, then give each one a single trim. The most improved aircraft wins, and hopefully I'll learn something about aerodynamics. The Dart. Simple, classic, elegant as fuck. The Delta V. According to my daughter, it's actually a love heart. And finally, the Lock Bottom. Terrible name. Each aircraft gets 5 throws. Those 5 throws establish its baseline performance. Same launch point, same pilot, which is unfortunate. Rethrows are allowed if an aircraft doesn't make it through the doors. Everything else counts. Me. Despite what my wife thinks, I'm not, in fact, a machine. I can't make every throw identical. I'll do my best to be as consistent as possible, which is exactly why we're doing 5 throws. 1 throw tells us very little. 5 throws tells us how the aircraft wants to fly. Once we've established the baseline, then and only then can we start trimming each aircraft to see if we can make them better or make them even worse. May the best aircraft win. Let us fly.
Round 1, flight!
The Dart is pretty consistently nose down and pretty consistently straight. I feel that distance is its biggest problem, and just for reference, that grey mat is about 5.5 meters or 6 yards from the point where I was throwing. So I'll add a tiny amount of up trim and see if we can squeeze a little more distance out of it.
Round 2!
Now, the Dart does have a slight tendency to drift right, but every single throw travels further. For me, that's an improvement.
The Delta V. Crash! Rethrow!
Even I couldn't see it, and I was in the room. It landed at the window. This one kind of landed up the doll's dress.
Are you drunk? Crazy.
Up a dress, in a crack, under a doll's house sofa, this plane has a worrying fascination with small spaces. Fortunately, it's also a really good paper plane. It consistently traveled a long way, but it had a tendency to drift right. I'm just going to see if I can get rid of that slight right turn, so I'll add a tiny amount of trim to see what happens.
Round 2!
Come on, 4 out of 5 straight? Only 1 went to the right? I'd call that an improvement. And it did trick shot of the week. Interestingly though, each shot was drifting more and more to the right. I don't know if you noticed that. Probably because I didn't put a hard fold into that wing. I just kind of bent it slightly and maybe it corrected itself.
The Lock Bottom! Crash!
Oh, where do I even start with this one? The only consistent thing was how inconsistent it was. It went long, it went short, it went straight, it went left, it went right, it wobbled, it rolled. Watching it fly, I don't feel like it glides. I feel like it's fighting the air and itself. So to keep things fair, I'm only going to make one change. I'm going to make the wingtips slightly bigger and hope for the best.
Round 2. Crash!
I feel that it's difficult to say that this has actually improved. It's as if it went into the pub drunk and came back out drunk. So go figure. More than likely, I made a mistake while I was making it, which carried through until the end. Me. No, seriously, this has been an awesome experiment, and I didn't think it would be, so thanks to Dave Squared, because I did learn something I think is going to make a difference going forward. That tiny trims can completely change how an aircraft flies. As for the planes, I think the Dart takes the win. It showed the biggest overall improvement after trimming. It gained roughly 10% distance from getting cat ears. The Delta V definitely improved too, but it also developed a drift. And for the lock bottom, well, he's probably still drunk. As for next time, it's going to be about this guy right here and figuring out how to fly it. I just want to say thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want, because the best is yet to come.